I'm good, and we're in the middle of a hurricane here, but what the heck? No reason we can't talk.
That's right. All right, we have 7 questions today. So
Okay.
let's go ahead and get started. The first question is from Blue up in Michigan.
Okay. Hey,
Blue
Blue.
says, "Hi, Ron. What do you do about a walkthrough if you're going to wholesale virtually? Do you ask seller for photos and get someone to do a walkthrough? If you do the latter, how do you find this person?"
Well, first of all, if I'm going to wholesale it, a lot of folks out there now are just putting it under contract and then putting it online. And there's not a walkthrough. However, there probably should be, so you know what you're dealing with. So if you don't have any contacts in that city, first thing I'd ask is, why are you trying to get deals in that city? Because you need boots on the ground wherever you do deals. If you really want to do them properly. You can go to Craigslist under gigs and find somebody, or you can ask a realtor to go do a walkthrough and let them tell you what they want to charge you. Certainly not a commission, none of that nonsense. But or you can just get photos of it from the seller and put it online and not go through it at all. You want to check the title though before you put it out to the public. I mean, we're doing one right now. One of my American Home Buyer Society members has got a wholesale deal under contract. However, he did go through it, but I've never been through it. I've just seen pictures of it. And we put it out, and in fact, we're marketed up $37,000. So in effect, if he hadn't walked through it, I could have still done it with the photos that he took, but the seller could take them just as well. I would not trust the photos on Zoom though, because they may not be up to date.
That's right. All right, moving on to our next question. We have Scott in New Jersey.
Scott in New Jersey.
Scott says, "Who do you recommend to open a self-directed IRA? I believe the person you recommended was in Texas."
Well, you can use Quest Trust out of Texas. They're all over Texas. Or you can use NuView, NUVU, out of Orlando. They're both, NuView actually came from Quest. They're both good third-party administrators. If you've ever heard me talk about a solo 401k, however, NuView will set that up for you. And to my knowledge, Quest will not do that yet.
Nice. All right, there you go, Scott. The next question we have is from Michael in Minnesota.
Michael.
Michael says, "When selling a property purchased in a Roth self-directed IRA, are the stated taxes still paid?"
No. When you're selling the property from a Roth IRA, if it did not come with debt, if you did not do owner financing or you have not borrowed money on it, then there are no taxes to be paid on it. But if it's in a traditional, there will be taxes next year on it. When your taxes are due, you need to talk to your CPA on that. And you didn't tell me what kind of an IRA you got. I might be able to answer it better. But if it's a traditional, you're most certainly going to pay taxes on it. So check with your CPA on that.
All right. The next question we have is from Ronald in Colorado. Ronald says, "A potential seller is claiming that 18 months of forbearance on the home can simply be wrapped into the loan and capitalized. Is it possible to lease option with the forbearance on the property, or does the seller have to resolve that issue prior to a contract?"
All right. So what I heard was that the bank granted him, he put the back due payments onto the loan. That's what I heard. If that is complete, then you can lease option the property, but you better take a look at the terms, because if he moves out of the house, the bank could have a reason. Well, they could have a reason to call a loan due just because of the due on sale clause. But I would like to know what the terms were on that moratorium that he was granted. That's something your attorney ought to take a look at and advise you on. So when you get it under contract, no subject tos or anything, just tell him you need to have a copy of that agreement for the moratorium, so you can run it by your attorney. You know, I know the bank wouldn't do a moratorium if you wasn't living in the house. So I don't know what they'd expect if they find out he's not living in it anymore, but I don't know if it's any different than any normal due on sale clause. It doesn't bother me anyway, because banks don't want houses right now, as long as somebody's making the payment. That's the last thing a bank wants is a house.
Right. The final three questions we have for today are from Meredith, and she does not give her state. But Meredith says, who do you wholesale to?
Whoever answers my ad and pays me the most money